In this training session, we're going to cover the Pay Vendor Form. The Pay Vendor Form is used to reimburse individuals or to pay vendors when a procurement card cannot be used. First, we go to the Pay Vendor icon, click, and the form comes up. Next, we enter a vendor. In this case, I'm going to go ahead and pay Westar Energy. You'll notice as you start to type that a list of vendors comes up, and gradually there are fewer and fewer vendors. In this case, there's Westar. I'll go ahead and click on that vendor. From there, if we need additional information, we can click on More Info, and it will bring up additional information about Westar. Make sure that you're always paying the right vendor by checking your invoice against the address that's listed under the vendor. You can also select a different supplier by clicking here, and you'll get a box again where you can start to select your vendor. The other option is selecting a different fulfillment address. This will list all of the addresses that are in the system for Westar Energy. If you have any questions regarding a vendor, contact the purchasing office. Once we've selected a vendor, next we enter an amount of our purchase, enter a description, we enter an invoice number, an invoice date, we explain why the procurement card cannot be used. In this case, the vendor would not accept it. And then we attach our invoice. I've already scanned in a number of invoices, so all I have to do is select the correct one and then hit save, and the invoice is attached right here. In the case of reimbursing an individual, you can always attach either any type of form, registration form, or anything else that supports the purchase. In the case of encumbering funds, you can simply attach a sheet that says to encumber funds. From there, we're ready to proceed. Our options at this point are to add and go to cart, or add and return if we needed to pay another vendor. And there's some other options available also. In this case, I've completed what I wanted to do, so I'm going to go ahead and add and go to cart. You'll notice in the cart box it now says Westar Energy bill, and there's one item for the amount of the purchase. I can also go down and look at the item in the cart, and it shows the description that I just typed in. You'll notice that it still says cart and draft requisition. If I proceed to checkout from here, then I'll go to the requisition stage where I can enter my funding and go through the approval process. The other option would be to assign the cart to another individual so they can complete the requisition process. That completes this training session on the Pay Vendor Form.